We have Yule Lee on the line. Yule Lee, your line is open.
Hello, good evening. My name is Yuli, 22483 Ridge Circle, Lewis. I'll be very short because I heard so much already. Couple of things I want to say is that when I look at the site plan, on the site southeast corner, it's a very sharp curved corner with lots of houses on the outside of the circle. And when I look at it, I see danger. If somebody is coming down the road and do not negotiate the sharp circle, guess where it goes to? So I'd never buy a house outside the circle. Inside the circle, they could maybe put a couple of houses, but not outside the circle. That's one thing. Secondly, this is on the floodplain and also the tidal wetland buffer. And I assume that means salt water. And if they have to build up the houses because it's in the floodplain, I hope they do not have EVs, because we heard from last Hurricane Ian, the cars that were submerged in the salt water, they catch fire, they explode. So I hope they understand that they cannot have the EVs near the tidal wetland buffers. And that is my comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, operator, is there anyone else standing by?
We have Debbie on the line. Debbie, your line is open.
Hi, I'm Debbie Kraft. My husband is Randy Kraft. We live at 28247 Rampole Bridge Road. We are directly across the waterway on Beaver Dam Creek where the development's going. And the main thing, and I'll keep it short because I think everybody's addressed a lot of the things about the wetlands and so forth, but we are concerned about the lights shining over into our house and making sure that there's a buffer, because that when we looked at the street plan and the development, it looks like the lights are going to be shining directly into our house. So that's what we wanted to add.
Okay.
Tell me your name again, please.
I think she's going.
I think she's going. Debbie Kraft? Thank you.
Okay, operator, is there anyone else standing by?
We have Lindsay on the line. Lindsay, your line is open.
Hi, I live at 28549 Round Pole Bridge Road. If you take a look at the plot map, you will see that this development will essentially be in my backyard.
Okay.
I live on a stretch of land between the proposed access point and Hudson Road. Right now, I have a tree line in front of my house. If that road is widened, I assume they'll be coming in and taking my tree line out. So not only will I now lose the trees that house wildlife in front of my house, I'll also be losing the trees that house wildlife behind my house. Is there anybody who can address that?
Well, I don't think you're asking a question, are you?
She wants to know if her tree line's going to be destroyed.
Is your tree line going to be destroyed?
Is my tree line going to be destroyed?
Yeah, hold on.
Right away.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, I was going to say,
I apologize. Can you point out specifically which lot we're looking at here?
which lot are you talking about again, please?
Well, my name's Lizzie Taylor. My name's on the lot if you pull up the map. But it's 28549 Round Pole Bridge Road.
Okay, we'll show it.
If you pull it up, if you pull the plot plan up, you'll see those lots.
I think she's saying she's down here.
So Lindsay's next to you, right, Pam? Right here.
Oh, okay.
So if those trees are within the right-of-way and or DEL-dot easement, and we require that in order to provide the improvements and or drainage, we would be required
Yeah,
to.
so you're talking about the trees in front of your house, right?
I'm concerned about a lot of things, but most of it's been covered, and I don't want to be redundant.
No, that's all right.
But, yeah, I am also concerned about this. And for the record, I also drive a little Volkswagen, and I can say with 100% certainty that I can't pass on that road if there's a truck or a bus, a trash truck, a farm equipment.
Okay.
That road isn't viable for the amount of traffic that's being proposed.
Okay. Well, I think the answer to your question about the trees in front of your home is if the trees are in the state right-of-way, they might come down in order to make room for the improvements there. They're not, no disrespect to you, but they're not actually your trees. They're the state's trees. And if the state, wants the road widened and the trees have to come down, then they would come down. So you could lose those trees.
No, that's assuming that they're in the state's right away.
Right. If they're in the state right away. If they're not in the state right away and they're on your property, then they have to deal with you. I think she already went.
Well, thank you very much for your time. For the record, I stand in opposition of this subdivision.
All right, thank you. Operator, is there anyone else standing by?
If there is anyone else on the line in favor of or in opposition to this application, please dial 5 star.
Sorry, Mr. Erickson, were you going to say something?
I would love to if I have the opportunity. So we've been kind of texting quietly here back and forth, and
Wait, I mean, no, I'm
Because
sorry.
it's not rebuttal.
Yeah, it's not rebuttal. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you had something specific to this lady's question. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Okay, operator, is there anyone else standing by?
At this time, nobody else has indicated they would like to speak.
Okay. All right. Hang on. We got a little sidebar going on here.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
I think it'd be pretty.
Yeah,
And have something else.
yeah, it's a proffer, not a rebuttal.
Okay, a proffer. All right.
So whoever.
Okay. Whoever's proffering. Okay.
yeah. So one potential solution. I know there's a lot of concern about Round Pole Bridge Road. I understand the width, everything outside when you make I guess you make a right out of the community in that direction, but heading west. One thing that we would like to offer up is to maybe put a no right turn sign at the community, as well as design the entrance such that there would be no left turn into the community, meaning that we effectively reduce the number of trips drastically that would be going from that direction, because you simply can't get in or out of the community by going that way. This way we basically force everybody up to Hudson. Now that's going to cause some changes in contribution amounts at loss to the developer, but I think they're willing to offer that up.
We'll take that under advisement.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Okay. All right. Commissioners, any further questions, comments?
Thank you.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we close the public hearing, let me thank all of you for being very patient. Many of you have already left.
No. I don't think we're done yet.
Oh,
There's one more.
oh, I'm sorry. Is there
I
someone
thought you
else?
said everybody was done.
wasn't, but it was a late.
Oh, late call.
Oh,
Okay. All right. You made it. Slipped in under the wire.
Caller, your line is unmuted.
Hi, my name is Ginny Hysock, and I live at 28555 Round Pole Bridge Road. I'm the first house on Round Pole Bridge Road off of Hudson Road.
Okay.
And your discussions about no right turn out of the community and going left, directing everything towards Hudson Road, is not workable for me. I won't be able to get out of my driveway. There are many mornings, early mornings, that traffic is backed up, 7 to 8 cars waiting to get out on Route 1 on Hudson Road, with several cars also waiting on Round Pole Bridge Road to turn left onto Hudson Road. That said, one other new thing I'd like to add is my property is next door to Lindsay Taylor's, who was just speaking. I also back up to the Woods line, where you would be building an extended run of houses. And rather than having a 30-foot landscaped buffer between our homes and that community, we would prefer to have a privacy fence and leave the trees in the buffer rather than cutting them down and landscaping.
All right, we'll take that under
And that's
advisement.
all. That's all I have new.
All right, well, thank you very much. We'll take your comments under advisement, ma'am. Okay, operator, is there anybody standing by?
At this time, there is nobody else that has indicated they would like to speak.
All right. Commissioners, no further questions? All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying before we close the public hearing, thank you very much. You've been remarkably patient and reasonably well behaved. We appreciate it. And we, believe it or not, have additional business to do this evening. So when we adjourn the public hearing, you're all going to want to get up and start talking because it's a natural thing. The getting up part and leaving is fine, but it's the talking part that I'm going to ask you to not do until you get out in the